but there's other guys trying to get in there. Race 20 is on its way, and that's another 9-year-old event. These guys are putting together James Murray, Simon Jones, James Redden, Greg Mills, Paul Cope, Nick Gill, Gary Smith and Darren Fryer as they come round the bank and up the step-down tabletop to wind down to the whoops and into the berm. Number 5 just hit through there, which is Gary Smith from Bath, and that was a bit of a surprise there because before that was like Simon Jones or Robinson was out there. But he's coming back at him in third place. That's 20 with number 3 in fourth. So that's Greg Hills and James Morris. And they're the guys that are going to get through. On to race 21. 21 is the 8-year-old semi-final. Right, can we get some of the guys off the inside of the track? We've got guys all over the place. We've got guys on the lights, and we'd hate them to get electric shock. They might feel lit up, they get even more lit up, and they've got a lot of people on the side of the start hill. Will you please clear back, guys, because there's racing to go and no one can see what's going on. And that's race 21 going round at the moment. That's the 8-year-old semi-final. Out in the lead at the moment. Just coming by there, putting it all together. That's David Moore of Grandstand. Just hammering over the top there. And that's like Gary O'Brien coming through with him. Oh, and he just puts his foot out in second, but he hangs on to it. That's Gary O'Brien with, in second and third place, that's David Fallon coming through. And it looks like Gary Fleming. Right, any guys that are standing on the light towers, would you please get off of the light towers? Because those light towers are going to be switched on and you could suddenly become really charged up with electricity. Would you please get off those light towers? Because when they start up, you're liable with this wet floor and everything else to get one biggie shock. And if you get that, that's going to be something else. That will give us the fireworks display of the night. Please get off the light towers. Okay, right, coming round here, now in the lead, on his own, there's Mark Fox of H&D as they go over the camels and into the last turn. Still, Mark Fox out in front there, hanging on in there with his second place. William Robinson, Liam Budd, but there's a fight going on for fourth with a lot of guys. And right on to race 23, and that's the 7-year-old semi-final, which is on its way down the bank. And look at these little guys, watch the way they spin their legs. They're only little, but they're not giving way to anyone. That's a lot of power for little guys. Really motoring around over the top they come, down toward the whoops where they're going to leg off. Peter Holland just hanging on in there. There's a bunch of them riding for third, fourth, fifth place, but it's third and fourth, fifth and fourth ones. And it looks like coming over there's Darren White and Chris Stanford as they go across the line. On to race 24. Now don't forget, guys, please keep off of those light units, because you could get a big zap which they're turned off with you're on them. And any other guys on the side of the start will anywhere, will you please keep well back. Race 24, 7-year-old semi-final, waiting to get away. We've got James Lee, John Jorgensen, Chris Hyde, Lee Bartram, Chris Lawrence, Dennis Watson, Mark Hodge and James Alloway. And they're all use a flashlight when these riders are going round the berm, because it could temporarily put them off, make them run into something and bring riders down. So if they're near an obstacle, don't use flash, because we don't want any rider to be brought off because of a flashlight. We're logging on those light towers because you could get 250 volts, shove up your leg down the ground because it's wet, and that will give you one packet that's going to make you jump for the next half an hour. That's if it doesn't knock you out cold. Please keep off those light towers. Those are coming up from those light towers, and the floodlights are coming up. It's going to be like sunshine. It's Christmas already. Start up. Right, who's going to get this one? Chrissy Hyde up there will be going for it. Got his number 1 plate on. And down goes the gate. Who's it going to be? And it looks like Chris Hyde And it looks like he's got that hole shot. Look, right over the front there. Look at those legs going round. It looks like the road runners. He pushes them down. Round the back they go. Heading for the step down. Over the top. Hammering down. Down to the woods. Over the go. And coming up. Just trying to get up on the inside. That's number 13, Lee Bartram. Tries to get with him. There's also up there. There's Dennis Watson. And he's hanging on in third there. These guys up in front have got a hold on this first four positions. Up with him also. That's number 9, James Lee. And it looks as though they're the first four guys that are going to get across the line. Right on to race 25. And we're getting the little guys getting smaller. Race 25, 6-year-old semi-final. And they're on their way over the speed jump. Getting a hold shot. That was Stuart Wilson. Stuart Wilson. Looks like he got that hold shot. I've got a bit of plastic running in front of my face. Does put it off a bit. But it's Stuart Wilson out there as they come round. No, it's Tony Gillen got through there as they went round the berm. Tony Gillen in the front now. They come round the berm, heading for the Camels. Owen Belender in second place. In third place, it's Stuart Wilson who dropped back as they went round that berm. And they go into the last berm. It's going to be a fight for the fourth place because there's a couple of guys that are all fighting through together. It's 1, 5, 4 and 1, 2, 9 and 6. So they're fighting together. It's Tom Hounsey. Ben Clark, and who's going to get that one as they cross the line? Right on to race 26, 6-year-old semi. Oh, and two guys bite the dust over the speed jump. Oh, what a disappointment for those guys. One of them hit the other and he somersaulted, but he's so intent, he's back on his bike, and give him a hand when he comes round because he's going to go round and finish whatever happens. He doesn't care. He's going to be there. Out in the front at the moment, there's Ross Thompson, a free agent, and he's banging away to Simon Taylor of Central BMX as they go down over the whoops. In third place, there's Sam Stobart, a Profile Factory rider. Round they come towards the triples. And back in fourth place there, that's 104. That's Ricky Maloney of Bath Flyers. Right, over beside the start hill, we have some spectators. Would you please clear it, because the racing will not progress until you clear from the start hill. And the finish there. You must clear the finishing gate, and you must clear that start hill. The racing will be held up until you move. Where's me? On they go. Way down there. That's race 27. Down they go. Remember, spectators, keep it out of the way. Let this racing get on the way. And this is the 5-year-olds coming around here. They're getting smaller and they're struggling harder. And coming down the back. Coming down the back. He gets a front wheelie. Going over the jump there. We got David Master at the Masterman at the moment. He's out. He's from Bournemouth. He's out in front. And he's really pushing. C.W. Thomas, he comes round there, but there's a battle going on behind this. Simon Johnson, Steve Young's hanging in there with Daniel Worthington off in town, and they're the first three, and the rest of them are struggling to get through there. On to gain to race 28, another 5-year-old semi-final. But please keep back off the start hill, and please, still got that light over there not on, so I hope you guys haven't climbed back on it. And away they go, these little guys are down the hill, and they're really going for it. Down there, looks like Philip Shernett out and took the whole shot there. I like his jersey out in the front there. It's a nice stripe, easy recognisable gear. Anyway, round they go, these little guys, midget guys with a little leg whizzing around. Speeding round the back, down the step down, approaching that big jump, and oh, the leader just hangs on as he gets a wobble there. And they go through there. That's 109, John Ballantyne out in the front there in second place. That looks like 121, was it? Couldn't see it, the lights are a bit dark there, but as they come over, it's John Ballantyne over the wheels first with 117 in second place. That's Adam Corbett in fourth, that important fourth place. And that's 115, Lee Dalton, and he's pleased because he jumps his wheels over the line. He says, magic, I've got there, I've made it. Race 29. And that's the 16th and 17 cruisers semi-final. These guys are going to put it together. And that's Mark Watkins and March really hammering into that first berm. The rest right up behind. Sorry, there's Darren Stock out in front. Darren Stock out in front with Tim Print behind him. So there's Darren Stock, and he's riding the Halfords. Tim Print's in behind him. And there's another Halfords rider. So we got Halfords 1 and 2 out in front there. Behind, there's a battle going on. It's Darren Stock's there, and there's a bunch of riders just trying to get through into 4th place, and there was 3 of them alongside each other as they went along the line. I would like to pick that one out. Right, race 30, that's another 16, 17-year-old semi-final, and these guys are really doing it and going for it. And going round the berm there, up the step down, looks like Darren Wood out in the front there, hammering down towards the whoop. Over they go, into the berm. Oh, and they pull away behind him. There's Damon Parkinson just hanging on in 2nd place. They come round the last berm and they're all together, neck and neck. Let's see who can get the 3rd place. That's 4 of 108. Looks like they got the 4th place. That's Lee Alexander and Chris Preston. Lee Alexander just gets through to the Scorpion. Right, on to race 31. And that's the 14 and 15-year-old cruiser semi-final. And they're waiting to get away, waiting to get down that hill and really put it together. And they're on their way. Who's going to get this one? Because that's going to be tight. Looks like Gary Jelovich just gets through there as they go in the back, but they're really tightly bunched up together. It could be anybody's as they come down the back and dropping down towards the whoops. In 2nd place, it looks like Richard Green hanging in there. In 3rd place, that's 219 just hanging in. That's Dean Hills, and Dean's trying to snuck through on the inside. You've got to go, Dean, because those guys are up with you. Oh, look, the battle's going to go on the front there. They spread towards the line. It's neck and neck. Whoa, I couldn't even tell you who's going to get that. And a surprise there. That looks like Bob Albee went out, lost out. Bob Albee. Wow, wow. The surprises are happening. Are they ever? He's been going so well today. Right, on to race 32. 14 and 15-year-old cruisers semi-final. Round the back they go over there. And look at that guy go. He's reaching for the sky as he goes over the step down. Round they come, out in the lead. That's John Hopkins just powering over the Carroll there. John Hopkins out in front there in 2nd place as they come towards the line. There's Phil Onigan at 125 and 39. That's, where are we? Can't get it. It's happening. Lee Nichols got the full spot there. Right, away they go. Over there. Again, race 33, 39 the cruiser semi-final. And that looks out in the front. There's like John Zottel. Out in the front, round the back, rounds up to the step-down tabletop. And look at these guys, they're really motoring. They're reaching for the sky as they cycle over the top of that tabletop like rockets. In 2nd place as they come round there. That's Gary Locker with Nicholas Hodges with them. Round they go into the last berm. Still out in front. John Zott is on there. Who's going to get the full spot? That looks like 1-2-1. Nicholas Hodges is just going to get in there. Race 34, which is going like mad down the final, the first straight there. And it's still 39 the cruisers semi-final as they come round the back, hammering down that step-down tabletop. Really out in 2nd place there. Trying to get through up to 1st, and that's Andy Level up in 1st there. Way over they go, over the camel there. Hammering round, pulling it up, got to put it for the line. That's Jason Thomas just hanging on there in 3rd place. Wow. And away they go. Off again, it's continuous. Race 35 is on its way into the first berm. Well, that's the 10-year-old semi-final. Got Lee Pendleton, Rachel Mann, Adele Crobson, Claire Summers, Louise Thompson and Samantha Creedy. The girls semi-final. 10-year-olds, and round they come and getting their way there. That's Adele Crobson. She's got it. She's in the lead and she's going to hold it into the last berm. She says, I'm there. There's no one going to get me from here. In 2nd place, that's Lee Pendleton. With in 3rd place, just hanging in Louise Thompson. 4th place is number 28, Claire Summers. And there you're 4th on that race. as we go on away to race 36, which is heading on. And that's the 10-year-old girls semi, and they're into the first berm there with Sarah King, Nicole Mars, Loretta Reeves, Nicola Webb, Vanessa Carroll Reel, and Lucy Parry. The leader comes down over the woods, hangs it out into the berm there, and the leader's on it, Sarah King, with behind her the Vanessa Carroll Reel. Around over the camels, down towards the final berm. Round they go, round the final berm. And still in third place, that's, where are we? Nicola Webb. And Lucy Perrin comes in fourth. On to race 37, that's the 35 plus cruisers. The 35 plus bruisers, I think it should be. The 35 plus bruisers are on their way. And that looks like Dave Richards was heading the whole shot, but the guys got fines. They go in the first berm. We got Pete Dyer, Brian Neville, Clive Chenery, Peter Spiller, Dave Richards, Brian Indian, Trevor Marshall and Ray Harbour. Around they come, it's still, but it's out in the lead at the moment. It's Clive Chenery just leading Dave Richards as they go over the camels there and into the last berm. Still hanging in, those three guys there, or two guys there. In third place, they come down as Pete Dyer. And who's going to get the fourth? I think, I don't know, they are neck and neck. Right away, down the final straight there, that's again, race 38, 35 plus cruisers, 35 plus cruisers, semi-final, round they come, a lot of muscle, big guys, really putting it together there, and that's Big John Johns out in the front there. He says no one's going to get by me on any way at all. In second place there's John Terry as they go into the final berm there. There's a battle going on for third place. Jeff Rowley's trying to get up there with up on the inside. That looks like Mick Fortune. Whoa. Better and better, faster and faster. Race 39, and that's the Superclass Semi. Superclass Semi up there with John Turner, John Izzard, Mike Riviere, Dame Darwin Stowe, Darryl McLean, Nigel Murphy, Alan Porter, and John Stockwell. And on they go, down there, who's it going now? That looks like John Stockwell going for that whole shot in a big way. Right, Darren Stock. Well, there's two number ones, makes it confused. That's Darren Stock going for it. Over the roof. Battling behind now. In second place as they come round, it's John Izzard, but anyone's, and there's two guys down, one guy off the track, two guys down, and away they go towards the triples. Hanging on in third place, that's Nigel Murphy. Fourth place, they come across the line, John Stockwell. That looks like the first four. And it's a blowout, a blaster for the guys who dropped it. Just coming round, only a few yards to go. Race 40 Superclass Semi, waiting up there, the last of the semis to get away with Jeremy Vince, Paul Wright, Kevin Hanlow, Tom Lynch, Steve Bigland, Gary Morgan, Tony Fleming, and Chris Preston. Away they go, really hammering on there. Round they go into the first berm, bunching up tight. That guy got left at the start there, and he's doing his best to kick out the back, and the rest of them are really bunching up. Look at them go, give them the words there, give them what's for. In the moment, out in the front, that's Tony Fleming, really put it together. There's four of them side by side over the camel, trying to hang on as they swing down the border line. In second place is Jeremy Vince. Okay, they're going to check it out on the finish line. The motor sheet area itself is in kind of darkness. I believe it's going to be difficult to read these as well. So they're going to check it out each time. But pro final one is going to be Craig Schofield. Do I hear a cheer for Craig Schofield? For Raleigh? Wonderful! Mr. Andrew Ruffle for Alico. Jamie Vince for Scorpion. Young man has done really good. First time in the pro field and he's made the final. Stephen Baldry. Tim March for March Racing. Blades, if anybody finds a little boy wandering around on his own, Gareth Blades, he's 7. Gareth, if you're anywhere near and you can hear me, turn to the nearest adult and ask him to bring you to the tower. Gareth Blades is 7. He's been lost. Dad here is in a panic. He's been found. Where's Gareth? He's over there. Okay, Dad, you got him. All right, sorry about that. Back to the latest edition of GT, Mr. Geth Shearer. All right, and another addition to the Robinson team of Frankie Romaine. Okay, that's great stuff, folks. Wind it up. Keep the clapping, keep the cheering going. We're on profile number 1. I said it once, I'll say it again, please. No flash cameras. No flashlights at all, please. No flashlights at all. There's 3-4 people sitting on the berm. Marshal, you must move them. There should only be the marshal on that berm. And Jimmy Bench, unlucky, in that wide right there. Okay, the man is going for it, and number 100 heads him up as little Angela Robinson. Angela Robinson and 1 named Amy Smith and 2, Jean Townsend and Zoe O'Brien. And these little ladies, the first to experience a Grand Prix final here at the final of the Sugar Slaps number 1 here at Slough. And they're well strung out. The number 1, the big, beautiful trophies to be presented on the line by the Mayor of Slough, who's standing here already. And these trophies are almost as big as these little ladies themselves. And coming in for Hounslow, it is Angela Robinson all the way. In second is Zoe O'Brien. In third is Jean Townsend. And the littlest lady is the little lady Smith. And fourth. Okay, here she comes. The first final. The first winner. Let's hear it for her. Angela Robinson from Hounslow. In second, Zoe O'Brien. In third, Jean Townsend. And in fourth, Amy Smith. Final number 2 on the gate. Do we have time to introduce them or not? I'm giving the winding up signals. So when the referee says go, we go. We go. 6-year-old girls. I'll try and mention as many as possible. Right last final time. We're told to go, go, go. Seven-year-old final. Away they go. Out of the gate. Number 4 is with Vicky Preston. Vicky Preston heading them up at the moment. Helen Robson, Joanne Townsend, Karen Johnson and Claire Buckner, Michelle Gilliman, Nicola Lango. And that's the lineup in this one. And they are going for it. But the young lady out in the lead is Vicky Preston from Hillingdon. Out there in front and going for it all the way. Now the head goes into the light. They can see now. Here they come. In the second spot is number 9, Karen Johnson. In third, Nicola Lango from Nottingham. Those look like the first 3 at the moment. All the way from the gate. A super home shot is taking this one for her. Vicky Preston's got it. Third place could be tied. Final number 4, 8-year-old girls. Who's going to beat the little killer from Ireland? Little Lindsay Gilmer out there in the number 1 spot and going. Lindsay Gilmer going beautifully. Out there in the lead, did it all the way through last year. Adele Fletcher Jones and Jolene Hook, Charlotte Clark and Samantha Giles and Carrie Anderson and Tracy Craig are the ones trying to pull her back. The little ladies have made the super final, but Lindsay Gilmer is in the lead and all the way. And in second, the number 3 plate, and I haven't got a number 3 in the final sheet, believe it or not. Amico Strip. Number 5, coming in third, is Jolene Hook. Holly Jarvis wasn't even on that sheet, so can't be hurt. 9-year-old girls. Away they go. Good hole shot from lane 2. CW Strip. Kerry Jane Hopkins. Kerry Jane Hopkins could be out there in the lead for CW Factory. The Bournemouth Club is out there and going for it. It could be her number 10. The only lady I know in CW, but look at this for a charge down the outside. Going with the charge, number 4 plate, Donna Hoffman. Donna Hoffman takes it up. Donna Hoffman, yes. Kerry Jane Hopkins is in second. Donna Hoffman in 1. Kerry Jane in 2. And Katie Butler in 3. What a good run there by Donna Hoffman. But a brilliant ride there. Kerry Jane Hopkins doing really well in second. Coming hard out in third. Katie Butler. And it's tight all the way to the line. Race number 6. Adele Coxon from Henley. And then the lead, Adele's going well, the young lady, and the green trousers and the orange helmet on the outside is Adele Coxon, but she's been overtaken. Now she's trying to wind it up on the outside. In the middle, that could be any number, could be a 2, could be Lee Pendleton. And there could also be Sarah King from Leicester. Sarah King, but look at that, it is Sarah King in second. But it's young lady Adele Coxon's waiting a moment, and she's charging, she's going for it. And they're going on the whole bit of the lead. Adele Coxon's on her way, and 1 goes back to Wigan. Adele Coxon in 1. In second place is Sarah King, and third Lee Pendleton. Race number 7, 11-year-old girls final. boundary. Lindsay Smell again, this outside is looking good. And she's having a ding-dong battle with Emma Prigmore. Emma Prigmore and Lindsay Smell, and Lindsay's kept those pedals going on her go. Can she break it through? It's Lindsay Smell and Emma Prigmore. Third spot is Joanne Stevens. Lindsay Smell, Emma Prigmore, Joanne Stevens looks like the 1 to 3. And that will do for Region 10. We'll have this young lady with Kramer. Lindsay Smell wins it. Emma Prigmore in second. Unlucky there, young lady. That was Emma Hollett, I think. Unlucky Emma. Race number 8, 12-year-old girls final. Looking for a leader. Number 3 played looking good. Anna Morris for Whitehawk. Anna Morris out there. Colin Carey and Hannah Bennett. Emma Smith and Jane Louise Warren. Jane Lewis, Kerry Lloyd and Colin Gard. That's the lineup. Trying to get a little bit of light on here. Anna Morris, I think, still holding it. Anna Morris lights out. Going beautifully. A tangle here in a tussle. Number 6 comes through. That's Colin Gard with Jane Louise was in third. It's all the way. Can it be? Anna Morris is going to hold it for Whitehawk. Going to get in there and win it. 6 and 9 are through for second and third. And that's Colin Gard and Jane Louise Wangs. Goes to Paula Dibben, I think. She was 4th and Kimberly 1 and 5. There is a baby in a pushchair screaming on the finish line with no sign of any parent anywhere near. A baby on the finish line in a pushchair with no sign of any parent anywhere near. This is race number 10, the 14-year-old girls final, with Wendy Collison and Emma Crew, Lily Adamayo, Leslie Ann Gray, Keely Mulcairn, Boo Kendall, and Karen Patterson, and all day Boo Kendall and Boo Kendall's here from Slough. Come on, let's hear it for your little girl. Boo Kendall. That's got to be a fine for the Slough Club. Boo Kendall wasn't around last year, but boy, is she here with a bang. Race number 11, the 15-year-old girls final. Sarah Jane Nichols in the lead. Out of the hose shop, as predictable as tomorrow's Monday. Sarah Jane Nichols in the second, in the lead now. I got misconstrued there, but blimey, somebody else shot at her. But look at the power of the lady. She is gone. In second spot is Rachel Holmes, who had a belter on her power right there. It's Sarah Jane Nichols who won. Rachel Holmes in two. In the third spot, Tricia Madden for Hellington Hawks. Sarah Jane Nichols coming in to win it. Sarah Jane Nichols for Halfords. Powerline in second with Rachel Holmes. Okay, another Grand Prix final. Our 25 plus ladies. Jackie Anderson is 103. Jackie Anderson is ridden brilliantly from, is it Tylo or Tolo? I've probably had it wrong all day. And it would be really unfortunate if Jackie didn't get her just desserts here today. She has won all three motos. She's been ridden. She jumped him! She jumped him! Well done, Jackie! Great stuff. Jackie's in the lead. She's going for it. Julie Fryer's right down in second. Third spot's going to go to Linda Thompson. And watch Jackie. Watch Jackie. She's going to wiggle her bum coming over these. Look, look, watch. Go on, Jackie. Give us another wiggle. Oh, that's nice. Tell you what, that makes her life all worthwhile. That makes comedy all worthwhile. Well done, Jackie. Oh, her husband's going to come up and beat me up in a minute. There is still a baby by the finish line, unattended and crying. I don't believe that, but there is a baby sitting in a pushchair. The parents are not taking any notice of it if they are anywhere near. There must be a parent somewhere. A baby unattended in a pushchair. Race number 12A, 16 and 17-year-old cruiser final. Lee Alexander, Donald Wood, Damon Parkinson, Chris Preston, Donald Stock, David Morris, Tim Clinton, Bob Watkins. What a lineup. Unbelievable lineup. The number one plate. The number one plate is Donald Stock for Halfords. Tim Print for Halfords. Halfords 1 and 2. The big cleanup for Halfords. And Shadow gets in there in third with Dave Morris. And they will be well pleased with that. And there's one young Darren Wood who won't. Race number 13, 5-year-old expert boys final. A lot of people encroaching the infield, the back of the start hill. Please, folks, come on. We're all tired. We don't want to have to shout. There's an awful lot of people here in the middle of the park who shouldn't be. Back of the start hill, shouldn't be anybody up there. 5-year-old boys final on the way. 1-1, but he's been held now. John Valentine and Lee Golden, Philip Shirtliff and Adam Corbett, Guy Bryan and David Masterman, Daniel Worthington and Simon Johnson. That's actually Dale Masterman, I know, but Dale's way back at the moment, I think. That's Daniel Worthington from Ossett. That's a number 9. It's not a 3. It's Daniel Worthington from Ossett. And a real good charge coming in from 183. Simon Johnson's in third. And I guess that maybe it was Philip Shirtliff who got into second. Oh, folks, come on. We got a little baby here in a pushchair. In a blue pushchair with red Wellingtons, red and blue Wellingtons. He's got a grey anorak with red sleeves. A little baby blonde boy, we think. He's been sitting there for 10 or 15 minutes. He's been sitting there for an hour, I'm told. Totally unattended. There must be a parent. We've got him by the tower. The poor little kid. He must be scared out of his life. Come on. He's been sitting for an hour on his own. Let's have a look. Number two on the Tony Gillum is coming. Tony Gillum's away. And in second spot, the number 4 player is Ross Thompson. Tony Gillum and Ross Thompson. Tony Gillum in 1. Ross Thompson in 2. Third spot, the number 5 plate of Simon Taylor. Going to pick up the third place trophy with Owen Vollinger getting 4. From Mark Cox and underneath. And unlucky 27, Philip Witham and Gary O'Brien involved in that wipeout. Age group, the 9-year-old final, race number 17. 8 the pros, thank you very much. Away we go. Oh, who dropped it on the gate? It's Llewellyn away again. Guy Llewellyn for Halberts is away. On the outside. Coming up hard. I thought he was trying to work his way through, but isn't going to make it. But Guy Llewellyn is still holding on. There. Guy Llewellyn in second spot is Tim Marsh. Tim Marsh did not recognize him in the pink trousers. It's Guy Llewellyn 1. Tim Marsh in 2. The third spot is going to go to Gant Shooter. Fourth is going to go to the number 1 plate of Greg Scopell. And Andy Pace is 7th. And who was the guy who dropped it totally on the gate? Where did he go? I think it was Steve Baldry. 10-year-old final.
Come on, Louis!
Way to go, Desmond Cox and Neil Wrestle. Andrew Please and Guy Bowman. Roy Mack and Sammy Quinn. Charles Shooter and Lewis Admiral. In the lead. CW's Guy Bowman. Guy Bowman out there on Stoken. This was one finding from last year. Really came to it. And Guy Bowman. CW is out there and flying. In second, GT Rider. That's Charlie Shooter. So it's Guy Bowman in one and Charlie Shooter in two. Guy Bowman, all the way. Charlie Shooter's after him. Charlie Shooter jumps it. Oh, hits it wrong. And still ends up in second. So Guy Bowman wins it from Charlie Shooter in two. I don't decide that at all. There's a red flag. Starter, can you see the red flag? There is a red flag. The starter has seen it. No problem. Well done. Race number 19, final number 19, the 11-year-olds, with Martin Upshaw and Bernard Jobson, Mark Bowden and Mark Glee, Chris Marnsey and Nick Beer, C.J. Butler and Juan Thomas. I think is it Juan or John? Not to worry, here we go. Oh, well done. Away you go, then on the winners is a stormer, and away he goes, and C.J. Butler was back in the form, but look at this is Mark Gleed, I'm pretty sure, Mark Gleed and Martin Upshaw. Martin Upshaw for Shadow Factory is in there in second, and C.J. Butler for Boogie Racing is in third, and he's after Mark Gleed. Mark Gleed is in the lead. It's Shadow Factory, Pull Panthers. The only guy who's got a chance of catching him, I think. Mark Cleed. C.J. Butler. Martin Upshaw. Martin Upshaw, that's his best national placing ever, I think. He'll be well pleased with that. Mark Cleed, a great rider. Martin Upshaw in second, and C.J. Butler in third. Race number 20, 12-year-old final. Away you go. Lee Pixton gets a flyer. Lee Pixton and one and Jamie Staff in two. Lee Pixton. Daniel Paul right here in his own backyard. He really is looking good. Daniel Paul is Lee Pixton. Daniel Paul. Going on the outside though. Lee Pixton. Daniel Paul, David McPherson, Jamie Staff, and that's there. Aaron Valenti gets in there. Oh, Richard Everest was last, unfortunately. What a lineup. I think I know most of those guys. Didn't know Gareth Shea, though. Gotta be a find. Away you go. Away you go, ask John Zottle. John Zottle's in there. GT's in there as well with Jeremy Kenny. Jeremy Kenny in one and John Zottle there just slipping back and forth. It's Jeremy Kenny in one. This is the 13-year-old boys final. Jeremy Kenny for GT. Out there charging. Jeremy Kenny in one. Coming in underneath in the second spot. Jason McCroy for Chargers. I said they were charging. Jason's doing that. John Zottle in the middle, triangle back in and forward. In third is Malcolm Daniels. Oh, and John bites the dust here right below the tower. Unlucky. And Nicky Wrestle also, the big favourite for that one. On Harrow finishes seventh. Unlucky John, he was really giving it stick and going for it. For the 14-year-old final, race number 22. Away to go with Del Gibbon and Anthony Howells, Dale Holmes and Robert Chiggins, Chris Taylor and Neil Wood, Paul Upshaw and John Oakins. All right, let's have a look. That has got to be out there in the lead. It's got to be Chris Taylor. Chris Taylor and Anthony Howells. Chris Taylor in one. Anthony Howells and Oaken. Chris Taylor in one. Dale Holmes. Dale Holmes. Dale Holmes and Anthony Howells. Dale Holmes in one. Anthony Howells in two. In the third spot, Neil Wood. €15 final, number 23. But it's Bob Olvey. Lee Beckett's having a battle. Third spot's going to be tight. Third spot could be Bob Warburton. I don't know. One guy trying to slide it forward over the line, and the other guy kept power pedaling all the way. That's why each finish judge down there is paid £500 a day to make that sort of decision. It's another early April Fool. Only 500 a day. Is nobody get, girls? More. It's more. Oh God, the rates have gone up. I didn't know. Sorry. Well, you're not earning as much as me now, are you? Good God. You know, there's people out there who believe that. Right. Final number 24, 16-year-olds. Can you believe it? And the unluckiest guy, Rob Stobart for profile, who scored brilliant in the lead. Ah, Robbie. Well done, son. Give him a round of applause. That's the way to go out. If you're going to go trying for it. And nobody tries harder than Rob. I know. Just starting to rain slightly. Thank you, sir, for not raining for an awful lot for the last while. Away to go is the 17+ final underway with John Weymouth and Mark Williams. Andy Fisher and Andy Bevel. Kevin Bryan and Andrew Cope. Richard Pickett and Marcus Rich. They're all in there. Looks like a shadow right in the lead. Make out the number 2 coming around. No, it's not. It's 27. John Weymouth. Yes, Rick's the winner. Thank you. The only guy I didn't have a number for, I was guessing. The 35 plus cruisers on the gate. Pete Diamond, the number one, is out there in hole shotting, but in there as well is John Johns. John Johns and Pete Diamond. Pete Diamond in one and John Johns in two. And back there is Mike Fortune. Oh, Pete has lost the pedal and John Johns going on. John Johns in the lead. Pete Diamond from going in the right sort of winner's post. In there in second. Mike Fortune's trying to make his way up to the challenge for the third spot. Pete Diamond in second and John Johns puts a foot out. John Johns though, he looks to be home. My Pete Diamond's being challenged on the win. Away they go, they're away. John Zolo's out there and heading them up. John is on a purr right below the tower here. Just shows the guys up to all, there's a multi-purr back there. John not involved in this one, and in about third place at the moment. The leader is 147, and that is Anthony Rebel. Out there and going. Anthony Rebel in the lead. Second spot, 22, is Gary Carver. Gary Carver and Nigel Page, I think, on the third with Gonzalo 4. Oh, cruiser final number 29. Daniel Whiteman, can you go to your car, please? Daniel Whiteman, to your car, please. All right, away we go. Oh, Yiga! Yeah. Oh, Keith Jones, Phil Hennigan, John Elkins, Lee Nichols, Guy Chevalier, and that's Daniels, Paul Clarkson, and Richard Green are involved in this one. Who have we got left? 1, 2, 4. That's Keith Jones. Another multi-pile. The trophy winners left in this one. Paul Clarkson in the lead. Paul Clarkson, can he hold on? 148, John Elkins, and Dean Idios. Oh, I think he got in there. Paul.
Keep to the track.
Way to go. Lee Idios and Andy Pellman. It's Andy Brettle and Errol McLean. Kevin Gogan and Chris Beale and Jim O'Shea and Richard Key. And if form is anything to go by, I reckon this should be Kevin Gogan from Harvington, who's showing out in front. He's really ridden Felder's whole day, so I wouldn't be surprised. Nope, it's the number 7 plate. Andrew Brettle, but Andrew Brettle is going to be done in this final straightaway here. Andrew Brettle has been overtaken by Errol McLean. Errol McLean and Andrew Brettle, and third spot goes to Richard Key. Superclass girls, the first ever final for Superclass girls. They go. Oh, Yaiba! I'm got another two. That's Ollie DeGuitis, I think. Yeah, Ollie's back on, and she's going for it. But you got Karen Murphy and penultimate final, super class. What a lineup.
Oh, John!
Away they go, it's down and Stoke on the lead with Nigel Murphy on the outside. Steve Bigland, I think, is right up there, and Tongi as well, and John Ezard. John Stockwell, forgot about him, he's going to be in there with a chance of Guy Morgan and Tony Fleming. But it is John Stockwell. The other number one, John Stock in one. Bombers in there in second. John Stock in one. In the two spot. John Stockwell, number 3, coming up there, Steve Bigland. And it's tied on the line. Okay, folks, before the final, I have been asked on behalf of the UK pros that are here today to thank the UK organisers, to thank Sweps, to thank you, all the other riders who've come along, and to thank all the spectators who've come along here and supported them. So, on their behalf of all the UK pros, that's nice, a big round of applause from the pros to all the spectators here today. Thanks a lot for coming along, and that's nice from all the spectators, not just for the pros, but for all the riders here today. Let's hear it, folks. One big round of applause and a few cheers for everybody here today. Smashing! The final of the day, folks. Let's watch it. The final is underway, and Scoffy's right there, Llewellyn's right there, Llewellyn in 1, Scoffy to the inside in 2, Llewellyn's going for it, can it be a triple like for Halfords? Llewellyn is right there and Stoken, but Scoffy is after him, and Ruffles in the turn, it's Llewellyn and Scoffy to the inside, Llewellyn, Scoffy in 2, Llewellyn, Schofield, Llewellyn, triple! For Alford, Schofield in second, for Ollie, Ruffle in third, for Amico. That's it, folks. Thanks a lot. Nice to see you all. See you at Tamworth. Bye for now.